Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video. No face cam for this video, but I just want to talk about Emily Artful's second part to her video. She also implied in the video that there'll be a third part, so I'll probably watch that and cover that when that time comes. But it was an interesting video. It basically just was to try and reinforce everything in the first video, or at least offer more definitive proof, because there were people who were saying that obviously screenshots can be faked and stuff, and it's just a lot of not really new information but just more confirming that it happened. And I have seen the first part. Actually, I said if you've been around for a while, when I first started covering this I hadn't actually seen the first part, but I saw the first part. I watched it recently and it's absolutely just heartbreaking. There's a lot that could be questioned, or some that could be questioned at least, but there's too much that it seems too coincidental to not be them, although it's all allegedly, of course, as Emily says and as I say, because I don't want to get in any legal trouble obviously, but it's all pretty difficult to kind of think about really. There's a lot of projection in the messages, which is interesting. There's a part in the first video where Emily goes through a conversation with Shannon, like 41 screenshots I think, and there's a lot of projection there based off what Emily has shared previously in that video, and the timeline is pretty long for that video and pretty in-depth. There doesn't seem to be much that was missed. It talks about how she recorded a song with him and some kind of inconsistencies in the messages. There's some receipts with like videos of hers and his, for example, with the being homeless thing, about how they, as in Anthony and Shannon, had actually decided to do it themselves. They were living in a van, which I thought was interesting. I hadn't heard that. There's a lot obviously that I learned and that I feel like a lot of people learned from that first Emily Artful video. I'm not going to go and say that one of them's the mastermind in the whole thing, because I don't think that's fair. I think that it is best to just kind of take the situation as is and just realize that there's people like that, unfortunately. I hope that Emily gets some justice of some kind though, because it's like a decade nearly, whatever, and it's intense, and the effect that it's had on her that she's spoken about and stuff, it just doesn't seem like it should go unpunished, although nothing's been done, because nothing has happened to kind of threaten her like in person, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, there's been a lot that's kind of been said and like it is seemingly dangerous, but because nothing's happened, the law enforcement can't really do anything, unfortunately. Maybe something will be done. Emily does mention law enforcement multiple times, and Shannon has said that she will be settling it offline or whatever, so that could be interesting. I don't know what else Emily would add, but Shannon definitely hasn't presented any side of the story so far, so that would be interesting. I still don't know if there's going to be a side of the story from Shannon. As I said, there's 3 sides to every story. One side, the other side, and the truth. Unfortunately, it's not over just yet. There's a third part from Emily that she's implied that she's going to make, and there may be a response from Shannon. And it looks like, I'd assume, that it would at least have some sort of legal proceeding. Or it should, if Emily has the money to do so. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the first part or the second part or both or the whole thing. Interested in having a conversation about it. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.